Right now at noon, tracking Elsa. The tropical storm is passing near the Keys at this hour, bringing strong winds and heavy rain.
The storm expected to head up the west coast of our state next, and it could actually approach hurricane strength. We have live team coverage at noon. Local 10 News reporter Ian Margul, he's in Key West.
But let's start off with Weather Authority meteorologist Luke Doris, who's been tracking the storm for us.
Those of you in the Keys, especially the lower Keys, you've had a rough go of it. The worst of the event has been about 45 minutes ago up until 6 hours ago. The past 6 hours basically have been rough. Here's what we have with the Mallory Square camera. Tropical storm conditions still ongoing in the lower Keys. The center of the storm, though, is to the northwest, about 65 miles northwest of Key West as of the 11 a.m. advisory. Analyzed as a 60-mile-per-hour tropical storm, that was bang on with what the National Hurricane Center was forecasting. And it is pulling to the north-northwest at about 10 miles per hour. You look at that, it almost looks like an eye, doesn't it? It's not. The low-level center's out here. This is the mid-level part of the storm, but that is a really intense band. That's the worst of it. So that's still northwest of the lower Keys. But the second band that is still raked over the lower Keys, quite rough. Here's a third band, a little less intense, but still producing some rough weather as you go to the Gulf side of the state in the middle and upper Keys. So here's a closer view. You still have these intense squalls coming through, and within those we're getting gusts up to 50 miles per hour. I'll show you that in just a minute. And persistent heavy rain. This is a flood advisory where we've had 3 to 5 inches of rain in parts of the lower Keys, including Key West. Winds, you can see the radar estimating about 50-mile-per-hour winds. This is not at ground level, but we'll probably get gusts to around 50 miles per hour at ground level as these bands work their way through. We've had reports up to 56 not long ago. All right, so here's the rest of the Keys, and it's not as intense up here, but still breezy and, heavy rain, generally rough weather. The question is, when does this come to an end? Well, you see this kind of snaky line right through here? It's not as bad down further south from that. So as this lifts to the north, as Elsa lifts to the north, conditions in the Keys will gradually improve while they deteriorate near Naples and Marco Island. As far as Dayton Broward goes, far out, fragmented line, way out there, the far-reaching arm of Elsa. So this isn't going to have nearly as much consequence, but when those do pass through, even in Dayton Broward, we could see brief rounds of heavy rain and intense winds. All right, so there goes Elsa pulling to the north. Later on tonight, near the Fort Myers area, west of Fort Myers, but remember, it's a right-loaded storm, so it's going to rake all along the Gulf Coast of the state, and this is by early Wednesday morning, bringing impacts near Tampa. That's a hurricane watch as it's going to be near 70 miles per hour as of the forecast. Remember, a hurricane 74 miles per hour. Storm surge threat for Tampa and points north. It's a very vulnerable area. Meanwhile, back here at home, we will be watching for the potential for a few severe storms today, and a tornado watch may be issued, though I think that would be for the west side of the state if it does get issued. That's something that we'll be tracking. Okay, guys, back to you.